So you're identifying the collection of bloody thread that Riot has balled up for you.
Yep, that's our life.
There are very powerful abjurations and necromancy on these threads. The abjurations are to bind people to what you can really only describe as fuel, as an engine for something, as though the connections of these people and their movement was powering something somewhere.
Even the lights just go off. It's like, damn it!
The necromancy is intended to keep them alive. And pushing into the magics of this thread, you're pretty sure that now this thread has been pulled out of this girl's hands, she's going to die pretty shortly, if that process has not already started. You're pretty sure that these people have been here for much, much longer than the standard human lifetime. And looking over at her, you see the girl now. She's no longer hyperventilating. She's no longer wigging out. But she's not rocking back and forth anymore. And you're not sure if it's your mind playing tricks or what, but you think that her hair has grown out longer, has become more scraggly, and you think, I mean, you can't really see the traces of gray because there's dim light, there's no color to be seen, but it looks as though she's aging rapidly. As for what this the fuel aspect of it is, you're not sure, but there was some purpose to moving these people in a circle.
I think it's still for the best.
And I'll convey that over the mind link. No, I think so too. Liberation, Riot, do we want to stick around and do the proper last rites, or do I know
we got
order?
A cleric here.
Do we have an order of hours or an order of days in terms of how long I think this might take?
Difficult to say.
Okay.
But you're talking over the mind link right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do a last rites thing.
So what does that entail?
It entails staying here another hour. I got one.
Okay. Did everybody spend hit dice or anything if you wanted to?
I'll go ahead and do that now.
Oh yeah, I should do that.
Yeah, you're able to use a short rest here.
Yeah, I'll spend one. Why not? Hit points, yes. And 9 levels of spells.
Yeah, I may as well. No reason not to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do these last rites entail?
It's a spell called Ceremony, which I know you said no Xanathar spell, but we've already used it once in this campaign.
Yeah, that's fine.
And basically, well, you look it up, Rickard, and let me know what you think.
I don't have a way to look it up.
Oh, okay. It's on DDD.
I don't get my book till Tuesday.
Oh, okay. But you have access to it on the site because I shared everything with you. You touch there's a funeral rite aspect to the ceremony spell. It says you touch one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target can't become undead by any means short of a wish spell.
Okay. So that's the mechanical benefit of the spell, but I mean, what is Riot actually doing to perform this rite? Like, are you placing coins over her eyes? Are you laying her down and speaking in tongues? Like, what are you actually doing? Because that's gonna change the reaction of this bald man who's watching you do this.
Yeah, what Riot does is she creates a little bit of water with a create destroy water thing that she can do, and then starts using that as kind of like reverse baptism almost.
Okay.
It's like the other end of baptism. This is what Priest of Aasimar do when someone's about to die, as opposed to just being born.
And the man is watching this, and he looks up at Liberation and Nath. What is she doing? He glances back over towards Kelian. What's going on? What's happening to me?
I'm afraid you aren't long for this world.
He looks down at the girl, then back at you, and he says, "What do you mean?"
That whatever was keeping you here alive and marching in that macabre circle is dying now. And with that, so are you.
Everybody place yourself where you're actually standing in this room.
I just did.
Okay.
I already am. I'm with his wife.
Alright, I'm gonna put myself... Oh, no, I'm good here.
The man's becoming a little bit more agitated. Looks down at this girl. Then back up at Liberation. And then he just says, "Sod this. I'm not dying in this place." And he makes a break for the door.
I'm not going to stop him.
No,
if he wants to do something with his last moments on Earth, that's practically lose last rights.
Okay, so nobody's stopping him?
No.
No.
Keelan's gonna watch. He's curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what happens when he reaches this door. But
He gets to the door. So nobody's gonna stop him from touching the door at all?
No.
Riot's doing
No.
her spell.
Okay. And he sees there's no immediate mechanism to open the door. And he throws his head back and he asks, "How the hell do I get out of here? I've seen you open this door. I know you know how to do it."
Should we tell him?
Yeah.
look, I don't think being somewhere else, it's not going to change what's happening right now. And I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll tell him. I'm not hiding it. I say you have to put your hand in the door and say 3 points of light. I don't know if it's going to work for you, though.
And then he touches his thumb to the mechanism. And he says the name, the 3 points of light. And the door does crack and open. And his hand jerks back. And he glances back at everybody in the room before exiting. And the door closes. And that's it for him. What's next?
Sure.
Finishing up these funeral rites?
Yeah.
Mahogany Shark, he says everyone gets to make their own choices.
And Riot, as you're sitting here tending to this girl, you watch her age right before your eyes. And eventually she dies. She's just a desiccated corpse.
Okay. And then I'll finish up. Then we can go.
There's still 50 more people in that room, though. All of whom we've just severed their ties to.
That's true, but we don't have all day.
And Mahogany shrugs. He says, if you're worried about them being raised from the dead as some kind of horrible undead, I know a real good fire spell.
So are you still a gas leak?
No, I'm not, because I had to rest for an hour.
Gotcha. But I'm like,
And my reading of the rules is that I can't get back my charges if I'm still shapeshifted.
okay. I was just gonna point out that the gas leak can't shrug.
Yeah. I'm really disappointed to take that away from you.
Looking into the circle room, I mean, the 50 people are no longer moving. They're just standing there. They're not motionless. Some of them are swaying gently back and forth. They're not statues, but none of them are animate.
Well, I think we've done as much damage here as we can. Let's go.
Yeah.
Riot will open the door since she refused to do it on the way in.
Okay, you speak the name of the room beyond.
Yep.
I need you
But
to
I don't
actually speak the name.
Oh,
don't just say yep. That's not
3
the name.
points of light.
Go ahead and mark off -1 maximum hit points, and when you open the door, you see the corpse of the man. Similar state. He's just a desiccated husk at this point. And looking at one of his open palms laying down on the floor, you no longer see the threads that were dangling there a minute ago. He made it one step out of this room.
Well, that room was uplifting.
All right, I drag him over here a little bit so he's out of the way.
Okay.
I agree.
And then-
It was.
And then I create bonfire on him.
I'm gonna burn him.
I'm gonna burn him. I don't want him being raised as a zombie. That sucks.
This bonfire gives off no light, just heat.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's a sensible thing to do.
So what's next? Either side of the veil, or whatever it says here.
Become one
Become
voice,
one
among,
voice
many.
among many.
Right. That one sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Then again,
mean,
joining hands in friendship sounded awesome, and it turned out to also be terrible. So it's
I have a
really
feeling
kind of a toss-up.
They're all going to be terrible. We're in nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
How many nightmares were we supposed to stop? One.
The nightmares.
Well, that's not very specific.
It did say the more we stop, the more permission they could give us, and I want all permission.
Did we
All right.
stop?
Well, so here's the thing: we cut all the threads between all these people, right? That's what you guys were
Right.
doing. While
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
are they dead by now?
They're all dead by now.
No,
Okay,
they
so
weren't
don't know.
when you left the room.
Yeah,
Oh,
They were.
there's still
standing.
bags over their heads.
Yeah, I didn't analyze the bag. The bag may also keep them alive.
The
bags are
bag
not-
was
it was-
non-magic.
No, the
Not
bags
magical.
weren't magical.
Oh, okay.
It was the threads that were.
I mean, the girl was fairly young, right? Physically?
Yeah, she was 17 or 18 years old.
So I'd assume that at that point it wouldn't. I mean, even the most long-lived, even the youngest and most long-lived among them, if they were all humans at least, maybe if there was an elf or someone.
If they're
So
not dead already, then they're dying.
Well, that's the thing. I just want to make sure Brick's on the same page as we are,
Mhm.
because you cast the identify spell, and that tells you how something works, right? Would the threads have kept them alive even severed?
Yes.
Okay, well, see, that's
That's-
our problem that we
that
were
was the
missing.
difference between the man and the girl. The girl, Riot pulled all the
Oh,
threads
I
out of
see.
her hands, but the man, he still had his in his hands until after he walked out this door.
I think that's where the disconnect between Brick and ours was.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So in order to actually kill them and destroy those threads, we need to get them all out of that door.
Okay. So. I think it's better for them if we don't take the bags off of their heads.
No, I think we need to get them. Oh, you want to lead them all out with the bags?
Because
Can they hear us?
Not out here in the hallway, they can't.
No, I'm saying. Never mind.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, I would much rather they not see.
Yeah. Good point.
No, that would be easier for everyone, and I'll kind of, to some degree, I'm deferring to you here, Liberation. This is more your area of
Yeah.
expertise.
Not especially, no, but
Your area of moral authority. That's more clear.
Wait, I thought
I-
I was the moral authority.
I say it's
Alright.
Zook's turn to open the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a tragedy. Like you're too close to morality. You can't see it.
okay.
Zook refuses to open the door. He says this is a
Excellent.
job for you young folks.
Zook, don't be
Dude,
a
stop being an NPC for 5 seconds.
I'll
You
dock
can
a hit.
persuade McLean to join the call and play Zook in the next 5 minutes. I'll let him
The
decide.
joining. I'll touch my thumb to the door and say the
Okay.
joining hands of friendship.
Okay, go ahead and mark off 1 HP.
Hold the door open, please.
But do it in pencil, because I got 4 minutes and some number of seconds.
Zook, are you okay holding the door?
Yeah, Zook can hold the door open. He looks bemused. He's absolutely not putting his thumb against this thing.
All right. So, I guess what we'll do is we'll start
Yep.
guiding the people out of the room.
We got 2 hands. We can do two at a time.
Got 2 hands and a fighting chance.
Okay. So the idea is just to start leading them all out of the room.
Let's. I would say bring one first and make sure this works the way we intend it to.
Yeah.
We already know
Yeah.
it does that. Riot brings 2.
Okay.
Okay.
And when you lead these people, and they walk very haltingly.
Mhm.
And when they exit the door of the room, you feel heat. Are you actually holding one of their hands, leading them?
I kind of got it, yeah.
Okay. take 2 points fire damage.
Mm.
As you come out of the room, the hand you're holding, the threads in it flare up and burn with this scorching heat that gives off no light in this hallway. And then over the course of the next few moments, the threads having been burned, the person you're leading dies and ages quickly.
I'll call back out to Liberation. Don't hold their hands. It's kind of bad.
Liberation switches from holding their hands to guiding them by the back.
Where are you putting this immense stack of bodies that you're working with?
I'm burning them as we go.
Okay.
Mahogany is being very clear here. He thinks they're better off going wherever they're going than getting sucked back here as a zombie.
Yeah.
But I mean, burning them, there's still going to be a large amount of material.
He's got a nice little hallway right over here.
So you're going to use the dead end over here?
Yeah.
So on a scale of like,
it's a shame
1
we
to
closed
10,
that door. We could have tossed them out.
Jeez.
Is this like the grisliest work you people have ever performed? Leading these doomed people out of the room, watching
Only
them
for
die?
Nath.
I mean, we've done worse.
Yeah,
Everybody else was in the
worse.
tower. For Nath,
I feel worse about those people back in Gerzog's tower who we watched, who we were like stepping on their heads and like cracking their arm bones, and they're all still alive.
Okay. And again, this work takes a long time. This is not a small task. So yeah, probably over the course of another hour or so, you manage to 2 by 2 lead all these people out of the room. Some of them need a considerable amount of help than others. Some of them are able to walk. Some of them you have to kind of get up underneath their shoulders and like half drag them along. Some of them seem to have been marching for much, much longer than others. And eventually the last of them you throw onto Mahogany's heat. He sets the heap ablaze and burns them all.
Alright. They are now officially in a better place than they were yesterday.
Unless they were evil.
In which
And let's
case
go.
nothing has changed.
Well, hold on. Let's take a look at the room now that all the people have been removed from it.
And it hasn't changed. You've got this, the floor in here is the packed earth, and you have the groove around the circumference of it that's been padded down over probably centuries of people marching in this circle. But other than that, nothing left in the room. Nothing else has changed.
Does any of the magic look different to you now, Liberation?
Throw up Detect Magic again.
I know you don't see anything special about the magic in this room, just the same kind of magic you feel on the outer walls everywhere in this compound.
Just the ambient magic in the
All right.
in the structure.
In the air tonight.
Let's do either side of the veil.
I think that's the most druidic thing Mahogany has done this campaign. Like, if we're talking traditional druidry.
Okay, so who's opening this door?
I just did one.
The version just did one. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, I don't care. I'll open the frickin' door.
Okay.
Okay.
Finger on the nose. 1, 2, 3. Not it.
But if I'm opening the door, we're not going in this one because it sucks.
Oh, okay. Then
Either
we'll
side
go-
of the veil.
That's what we were doing. That's what
Now-
we said.
Here's
All right, great.
here's the dilemma that I have now, because the room is either side of the veil, but that's not the
Yeah.
veil that I meant. And
No, I know.
just watched a Wheel of Fortune video.
Right, but here's the thing.
If you
I
spell the-
pronounced it correctly.
But you spelled it wrong. Wrong veil. Yeah, you pronounced it right, but you didn't actually solve the puzzle. No, you speak either side of the veil. Go ahead and mark off your 1 max hit points. Who's doing this one?
I am.
Mahogany.
A Chili's.
See, like a Chili's, that's just wrong. Unless you pronounce it Achilles and then war right, I guess?
It's a very similar room to pretty much everywhere you've been here. The same marble walls against 3 of the sides of this room. The side you're coming in, the left-hand side as you step in, and then the far side. The far side you see 2 alcoves. Along the left-hand side of the wall, you see the familiar torch sconces. So this room actually is lit. And, in fact, any light source that you have coming into the room kicks back on as you break the plane of this door. The right-hand wall looks like it's made of plain gray stone. You don't see any of the etchings, any of the imagery, any of the cherubs or angels or decoration. It's just a smooth gray stone wall. No torch sconces, no other adornments at all. The two alcoves at the far end of the room, each one stands a full suit of plate armor. The one on the left, the plate is white, and the gauntlets of the armor are gripped around the hilt of a large greatsword. The right-hand one, the armor is pitch black, and it's gripping an enormous battle axe. And the two suits of armor stand motionless.
I want to point out that on the map that we got from Terran, this place was marked life/death.
Yep.
Well, that sucks.
Liberation, expecting these suits of armor to come to life and start hacking them to bits, just counts out loud. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Nath, I want your expert opinion on this. What we're looking at here, is this a fight or is this a puzzle? And I wish Ferocity was here. She would know.
Are you guys telling me to hold this door open here?
Yeah.
For the moment, yeah.
Okay.
For the mo.
And he's standing outside the room holding it open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so
If things
left-hand
get
wall,
dicey-
you've got torch sconces and imagery. The right side of the wall is just smooth gray stone.
If things get dicey, he can stand in the doorway and put his foot in the door.
So what's next?
Well, are they alive? Do we need to detect magic?
I can knock on it.
Sure.
I've still got
Yeah.
my detect magic up. Could
You're
just
standing
take
more
a-
than 30 feet away from them, though.
Yeah.
Mahogany gets over there. What's up?
So you walk up to the one in alcove A,
Yeah.
and you just
It's
ask
the
them what's
white.
up.
Yeah.
The white
It
one.
doesn't say anything in response.
All right. Well, open up the helmet.
You reach up and lift the visor on the helmet, and nothing inside. No face, no eyes, just an empty helmet.
Liberation gets closer and looks at it with detect magic.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way.
The two knights are radiating very powerful magic. Enchantment. The wall, the right-hand wall of the place, all the way up as you're moving up, it's also radiating powerful magic, but it's more difficult to pinpoint. Probably conjuration.
What'd you say the imagery on this wall was again?
Similar to all the other rooms in the compound. Angelic, celestial kind of imagery. A lot of angels and cherubs and archons and things.
I don't totally get what's nightmarish about any of this.
Might not actually. I mean, the way it's marked on our map, this isn't necessarily part of the nightmares.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Nick. Just wait a minute. It'll probably start.
What if we switch their places?
What if we take that axe
Uh-huh.
and then we don't let it have the axe anymore?
That's an idea. The death? Yeah, let's take the death axe. And by let's I mean you.
So who's doing it?
I mean, Mahogany doesn't give a shit. He'll take the death axe.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
You got it. Wow.
Mahogany's good at this, right? Hey, Mahogany's very good at this.
Mahogany's extremely good at those. That would be a 26.
26. Take 12 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
As you go to grip this axe, your first sensation you feel is it's not going to come loose. So you actually work your fingers in and pry some of the joints on this gauntlet that feel like they've been clenching this axe for God knows how long. The second thing you feel is this just surge of negative energy rush through your hands and up your arms, and you instinctively just let go. Put your hands out, flayed, take a step back. You're pretty sure that if you hadn't gotten loose when you did, you would be stuck on that axe, like you were being electrocuted and unable to let go.
All right, keeping that in mind, let's grab that light one, the life one.
Okay.
Try to take that one away.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
You got it. That's only a 12.
Only a 12. How many hit points do you have?
A lot.
And what's your max?
Oh, I don't like that question. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I had these open. I don't know what happened. Oh, I have 2 windows. That's the problem.
Because you just took like 12 damage, so I know you're not at your max.
Yeah, but I hadn't taken damage before that because I was a different elemental. Like, I've taken some max hit point damage. I was at... Sorry, this is embarrassing.
I should say
I was
so.
I was at 140.
Okay. And then what's your max?
My max is 150. Current max, or... Well, currently it's 154. Normally it's 156.
Okay. Here's what happens. You grip this sword, and again, it's not coming loose, so you try to pull some of the gauntlet aside. And this time you feel a surge of positive energy, of life energy.
Yeah.
Just blast into your body. It feels very similar to the Zegi you fought in the Origin plane. And this time you find yourself snared to this sword. The rest of you watching, you just watch as all of Mahogany's hair stands on end as this surge of life enters his body. So, you're at 140.
Yeah, and I shout out to the party.
You can't.
Hey, I'm feeling positive energy. If I can't get my hand off, cut me.
You cannot say anything. Your muscles are tensed up. Your teeth are gritted.
Is my brain tensed up? I only ask because we have the mental link up.
Mahogany's double his max hit points is 304. Right now he's at 140. You have 164 seconds to figure out a way to get Mahogany loose from this before he has absorbed so much life energy he explodes. Give me a second. I'll answer Mahogany's question here.
Thank you.
I'll say that you can communicate telepathically, but only very falteringly. Because you're stunned is what's happening here.
All right, I'm going to say something in 30 seconds, and we'll insinuate that I was saying it over the entire 30 seconds.
So you want me to take 30 seconds off the timer?
No, I'm going to let them go, and then at the end of 30 seconds, I'm going to speak normally.
Okay. So, we have 164 seconds, and I have an actual clock going.
I'm looking. I'm trying to figure out something to do.
Liberation takes his staff of thunder and lightning, and then walks up here and shouts to Riot, grab the other side.
You want me to grab him?
No, grab the staff.
Okay, I'll grab the staff.
Okay. I'm assuming that Mahogany's like right there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, grab the other side, and then 1, 2, 3, pull Mahogany south.
Yeah, Riot does that.
So you're just going to yank him back and hope the staff wrenches him loose?
Yes.
It sounds like you're trying to clothesline him.
Yeah, basically that's what we're trying to do.
Just before that happens, we cross 30 seconds, so Mahogany, go ahead and spit out whatever you were going to spit.
All right, and I'll say, if you have to cut my hands off, don't cut both, because regenerate is a material spell, or somatic.
I need a strength check from one of you. You can make this at advantage because you're being aided.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you got your bard bullshit.
I got my... Yep. That is what it is. Oh, that's bad. Oh, I can make an advantage. Derp.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Okay, so this also isn't great, but I can throw bard sauce on it. It's the other reason I was going to do it.
Okay, probably we'll need some bard sauce.
Yeah, because I'm looking at a 11 there right now.
Now it's up to 19.
19. And you
Yeah.
jerk Mahogany back. Mahogany, go ahead and add 76 hit points.
Nice.
So fill up to your max and then add the remainder as temporary HP.
Guess we know who's opening doors now.
No, that doesn't work.
You yank Mahogany super hard, and at first it feels like pulling a statue off the base. There's a considerable amount of resistance, but then you hear this like popping sound as his hands come free of his gloves, which are still stuck on the hilt of this sword, and the three of you go tumbling backwards onto the ground. And then you watch as the gloves on the statue just flare up and are incinerated.
Okay. I still don't know what the puzzle is here.
Mahogany kind of shakes his hands out for a second. He says, I could grab them both.
You don't do that. Wait, no, you don't do that because you're the one with a resurrection spell. I'll do it.
Jeez.
And Riot stands between them and grits her teeth and puts a hand on each one.
So, on a scale from 1 to 10, how good of an idea is this?
11.
It's always a 10.
Yeah, always 10.
Yeah, what they said.
So are you actually trying to get the weapons loose, or are you just putting your hands, like, on their gauntlets?
Just putting my hands on their gauntlets.
Okay.
Because I don't think you can. I'll try to get the weapons loose. Just because there's no other reason for me to do this.
Okay.
And I'll point at her and say, if we have to cut her hands off, I can use regenerate now.
Liberation holds up his staff again.
Riot, make a strength check at disadvantage.
Sure. That one's good. That's...
Oh.
Wow.
I'm missing that nat 20, but the other one isn't bad.
How'd you do?
It's a 17.
Okay.
Right, strongest there is.
Actually, yeah, and I'm going to put more bard sauce in that because I'm nervous.
Okay.
And because this is great.
And because this is great. So that becomes a 29.
What is going through Riot's head in the few moments before she reaches out to grab these weapons, having just watched what happened to Mahogany?
This is either going to work or it's going to be the last thing I do, and either way, it's probably going to be awesome.
You feel the same surge of energy that Mahogany felt. From one angle, it's this incredible rush of negative energy, and from the other, it's this incredible rush of positive energy. And make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. It's a good thing I just gave myself durable and Constitution. Okay, one of them's a 19.
Okay.
The other one is a 13.
13. Okay.
Want to give yourself some bar sauce on that?
I can't. Not on saving throws.
Fuck.
Just on checks.
Bard sauce.
Take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then heal it.
You put all of your strength into yanking these weapons loose, and you feel this axe come loose out of the thing's hands, and without thinking about it, it clatters to the ground. Those of you looking at her right arm, it looks withered. It looks, it looks like necrosis has set in up and down the arm and into the tips of the fingers. The problem now is she doesn't seem to have wrenched the sword free. So now she's in the same situation Mahogany was a minute ago, where all of this positive energy is rushing into her. So
how's her other arm look again?
Right now it's glowing pretty hot. What's Riot's
Mahogany?
maximum hit points?
Maximum, they were 120.
You got 240 seconds to figure out how to get Riot loose. Doing the same thing?
Mahogany.
Yeah, I'll give myself enhance ability strength.
Okay.
Well, okay, then you'd already get advantage with me helping you with this.
Oh. Well, oh well.
Ace of Cypher did it.
Yeah. And also,
Well,
I'm real
then-
bad at strength.
Go ahead and make
Well,
that
then
strength
I'm
roll.
stepping back from you because you already got this.
That's a... Thank God I have that fucking token flying over my head.
Now is
That's a
Mahogany,
15.
You're just grabbing onto Riot and pulling her?
I'm using the rod. I'm just kind of
The
pulling on
clothesline
both
method
sides.
again.
Yeah.
That's going to take 2 people, because it was my understanding that you... One
All right,
person on
well,
either side was
then
grabbing
McDohl's on the
both
other
hands.
side.
That's totally fair.
Okay. And what was that strength roll?
It was a 15.
15. Riot, are you wearing gloves or anything?
Nah.
No?
God damn it, Riot.
her
Lie
loose.
sometimes.
I lie all the time.
Riot, take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As instead of her gloves coming off, the top layer of her skin shears off from her hand as you pull her loose, like she's pulling her hand loose of a frozen pole. The good news, though, right, is you can go ahead and add on 46 hit points. So fill yourself up and add the rest as temp HP. So
You didn't manage to
White
pull the
Knight
other one loose?
Still has the great sword. The other knight, his axe is laying on the ground. It's clattered to the ground in front of him. And then you hear a metallic clack as his visor comes slamming shut.
Oh, come on, man.
Roll initiative.
Man, whatever.
I gotta be honest, if he tries to stab us, that's gonna be real interesting.
How many HP did you say? 46?
You gained 46 points of healing, so go ahead and heal up
Yeah.
whatever damage you took, and then the remainder.
That's
turns into
what I'm.
HP.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Okay, got it.
And that doesn't heal the max HP damage,
No,
right?
it does not.
Yeah. That's what I was saying to Kelian. Oh man, that 3 just body blocked it, so I became a 23. Thanks, D6.
Riot, what's your initiative?
22.
22. And Kelian.
18.
Liberation.
23.
Nath.
Nath at 6.
And Mahogany.
23.
Wow.
And what about Zook?
Zook is on a 16.
We are done with it. These nights.
That's in the wrong order.
We're gonna throw his axe on the fucking roof, nerd.
So Liberation. It looks like the... oh, wait a minute. I gotta roll. Oh, actually, no. It's just a 20. Give me a second. It's always a 20.
That's true.
Oh, layer actions. That's fun.
All right. Liberation.
Hey,
You hear this metallic clang with the visor clapping down on this black knight. Looking up, you see he's starting to move. Looks like he's going to step off of this armor rack. And you're not sure what he's going to do next, but you're sure it can't be anything good.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm just
Now,
gonna
be
go.
clear, where you're basically standing right on top of or right next to his axe, which is clattered to the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kick that axe as far south as I possibly can.
Okay. We'll go ahead and... So we got a Black Knight. That's Dark Knight Cecil. Here's Paladin Cecil.
Oh shit, we're just supposed to not attack the whole time.
And you kick the axe away. So we'll lay the axe back over here. We'll say that used 5 feet of movement. That is not going to take up your action. Just kicking that item away.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kick. I'm gonna smack the thing with my staff. The Dark Knight. That's that 20.
Ho ho ho.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Double that staff's damage. It's high.
What?
That's 14 damage right there.
Don't you get to do cool things with it? Is that the whole point?
Yeah, but
No, but when you crit,
here.
that's a good time to do it.
So that was it? Just 14?
No, I'm gonna put some steak on it.
Some steak?
I'm gonna put some stank on it.
Oh, stank.
Specifically,
Like steak.
Yeah,
Steak is a monster in Final Fantasy now. I'm not sure if you guys know. Me and McDohl
Really?
discovered that.
Yeah.
You can now fight steaks.
And T-bones.
So hitting it allows me to put an extra 2d6 of thunder damage on top of it.
That's right.
So that's 46 of thunder damage as well.
Okay.
So it's 14 and 11 thunder damage.
Okay.
And that burned 1 charge.
That's fine.
Anybody in this room have a passive perception that beats 20?
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Kelian does.
Mahogany does too.
So you guys watch as Liberation starts pummeling this suit of armor that's stepping down off of its armor rack. And watching, you see on the gray slate wall a very stylized, kind of mosaic-looking coloration appear. Something out of like Link Between Worlds. And it looks like a closed fist engulfed in crackling lightning. And it just appears in one spot on this gray slate wall. Liberation, what's next? Moving or staying put?
Key point to dodge.
Key point dodge. It's going to bring us to Mahogany.
Alright. I'm just looking to see what low-level fire stuff I've got now that you've done something cool. Oh, actually, I think I can do damage with my cantrip.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to, I've never used this spell to do damage before. I'm going to attack it with, create bonfire.
Okay, is that a hit or is that a saving throw?
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. How's a 3 do?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, not a 3, a 9.
No, still no.
Okay. Dex save with advantage. I got a 9. What do you think?
I've literally never done this to do damage before. That's going to be 24 fire damage.
Wow.
24 fire damage?
Yeah.
Okay, bear with me 1 second. And again, those of you who beat the 20 in passive perception, after Mahogany lights up this alcove, that's a single target. Like, that's not going to be in a radius, right?
It's a single target, yeah.
Okay, it's not going to splash back on Liberation.
No.
And elsewhere on the wall, you see...
How big is this knight?
Standard human size. I mean, it looks like a human could put on this armor.
Okay, then yeah, then the bonfire is just sitting in its space now.
Okay. And yeah, looking at the wall, those of you who beat a 20 in passive perception, you see elsewhere on the wall a blaze of fire in the same mosaic-style coloration appear elsewhere.
Cool.
Mahogany, moving or staying put?
I'm going to... Riot, which square are you actually in? Because you're kind of, like, splitting the distance here.
Yeah, difference, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm splitting the difference. I was standing there because I was trying to touch both at once.
No, yeah, I get ya.
She would have to be, otherwise she can't grab both at once.
I'm gonna block the Nerd Knight in his square.
You're going to block him in there? The white one?
Yeah.
Okay, the white one's not moving or giving any indication that it's about to move. It's still standing there stoically. And that brings us to Riot.
Okay. I kind of wish I had Mage Hand.
I don't think that thing weighs less than 10 pounds.
No. I think Riot's going to actually disengage.
Okay.
And then 1, 2, 3. This might be a bad idea, but I'm going to try and pick up that axe.
You're going to reach down and pick up the axe. What is your actual strength score?
It's 13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
This is an incredibly heavy axe. Touching it no longer does anything bad to you. It just feels, you just feel the metal of the hilt. it's difficult to get a read on its craftsmanship because the thing is very uniformly black. Yeah, it's this incredibly heavy battle axe. Are you proficient in this sort of weapon at all?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you can use it if you want, but you're at the standard penalty for not being proficient in weapons, which is a -5, or is it you get disadvantage to attack?
Yeah.
I think it's just you don't get your proficiency.
Yeah.
Just no proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
But I wasn't going to attack with it anyway.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give Kelian a bardic inspiration. So I have a D12 Kelian.
Okay. There are 5 people standing in this room.
Not getting your proficiency might be worse for Riot at this point.
Yeah, it is.
So Mahogany
Should we work
and
for everybody?
Nath. We'll do Mahogany first.
That's the way I like it.
I've got a 19 to hit you.
That just hits.
Just hits.
No fun in. That literally is my AC.
Bear with me 1 second. I have to consult a rather large table.
You explode.
8 points of magical bludgeoning damage, plus 6
I'm not
points
resistant.
of lightning damage.
Okay.
As you see this fist on the wall come loose and fly out at you, just crash into your torso and electrocute you on impact.
Wait, the fist on the wall. Yeah. Maybe don't
Nath.
use different types of spell.
Mm-hmm.
I have 21 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
14 points of fire damage as this blaze painting on the wall comes loose, snakes in your direction, and explodes on impact. Liberation.
Hey,
You can take an attack of opportunity against Mr. Dark Knight if you want. He steps
absolutely.
down, walks right past you.
Crack, maybe?
Well, let me ask. If you're going to take an attack of opportunity, you're going to go for the damage, or you're going to try to block his way and prevent him from moving past you?
I'm going to prevent... Well, I can't really do that if I'm on the Sentinel feet, yeah?
No, but I'll let you use your attack of opportunity to grapple him instead of attack him if you want.
Okay, that's fine then. 21.
21?
Yeah.
All right. So he steps down, and you see he's moving across the room, paying you no attention. He's moving just very singularly in Riot's direction, and she's sitting there manhandling his axe. And you jump up, and you wrap your arms around this guy. You strangle him down, and you've got him grappled. He's not able to free himself from your grip right now.
Put him back in the fire.
Go ahead and draw that fire on there so we don't forget it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so he'll just attack Liberation instead. That's fine.
I am dodging.
I know. That's why I'm rolling so many dice. I've got a 14.
Not quite.
Not quite. I've got a 23.
Lucky bastard.
And I got a 22.
Lucky bastard.
That's low damage. 12 points of magical bludgeoning damage, as he's trying to fight you off with his gloved fists. And
Ouch.
that's going to bring us to Kelian.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Kelian.
I'm gonna shoot the Dark Knight.
Okay. He's within 5 feet of Liberation there.
Yeah. Do I roll at advantage because he's grappled?
Nope.
Nah,
Sure.
that's restrained.
Yeah, absolutely sure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
100% sure.
I have
You
a
got Bard.
Oh,
got
that
it.
was really handy.
I got a
29.
conditions list here. 29 to hit. That does hit.
29. Does it? All right. Oh, all the dice are all over the place.
His speed is 0, if that helps.
You do have Bard Stank.
Don't need it.
That was the most confident I've ever heard you.
Our little Kelian's all grown up now.
That's 45 piercing damage.
45 piercing damage. Well, I've got good news and bad news.
Hmm.
The good news is he doesn't resist any kind of piercing damage. You see him recoil. The bad news is those of you with a passive perception or 20 or better see a bow and arrow painted on the wall. Kelian, moving or staying put?
Moving.
Leaving the room?
I'm leaving the room.
What's your passive perception?
It was more than 20. It's actually 18.
Okay. Keep in mind, these squares out here are difficult terrain, by the way. You still got to be
Sure.
Because
Zook hasn't noticed yet, but as you leave the room and glancing back, you see a couple of method men moving their way up this hall.
Oh, hello.
It's going to take them a minute because it's difficult terrain for them as well.
do you alert Zook to this?
Points behind Zook. Hmm?
And Zook turns his head and sees them. So here's the issue. One of you needs to be holding this door. You both can't fire on these guys and hold the door at the same time.
Right.
So that's going to bring us to... Oh, it's Zook's turn right now.
Zook feels grumpy but decides to hold the door.
Okay, Zook's going to hold the door there.
Yeah.
See, he flashes a grin at Kelian and says, "You could take care of those two, right?" Nath,
Yeah.
you're up.
Have you shared the bit about the bow and arrow appearing on the wall after I got that fireball jumped out of it at
Well,
me?
at this point, everybody's aware of the stuff on the wall because you're seeing
Okay.
stuff leap off the wall at you.
Where on
Nath.
the wall is the bow and arrow?
It's kind of irrelevant. It's just on the wall somewhere.
Nath, do you know telekinesis?
Yeah, but I don't have it prepped.
Oh, okay.
I've got something though. Let's go
You got
ahead.
to the hand.
Yep. Back
Take
to here.
take that sword out of the hand.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's cast Bigby's hand
You're gonna Big B's hand it up.
and try and use the grasping hand to pull the sword off the White Knight.
All right, give me just 1 second.
I
Oh,
get
so
a
we can
token
fight
for
two
the hand?
things.
Go ahead and make a strength check with the hand.
It's at +8. And does it count as medium-sized or smaller?
Yes, because it was human-sized armor.
Yeah. Well, I was
So
assuming
it'd
he's
be an
asking about the great sword, but yeah, the great sword
Yeah.
is medium size.
Yes, that would be at advantage. So 21.
And Big B's hand wrenches this sword free. What do you do with it?
Bonus action to bring it, I believe, 30 feet back towards me.
Oh, here, let me give you the sword here, and then you can put it wherever you want it.
Is your hand proficient in great swords?
So this little white one is the sword. That one's the axe. So Riot,
Okay.
take that.
Double check the distance. That would be the end of Nath's turn after that.
Okay. And yeah, as soon as this sword comes loose, I mean, the armor jerks forward a little bit as he wrenches the sword loose. In Mahogany, you see the head of this knight tilt slightly in the direction that the sword was dragged, and now it's Liberation's turn.
And you thought I was stupid for blocking it.
Can I push? Can I push the knight back into the bonfire?
60 feet. So I don't know if this is relevant. It's 60 feet, which brings it outside of the room.
Okay.
Okay.
What was your question, Liberation?
Can I push the Dark Knight back into the bonfire?
You can move the Dark Knight wherever you want. You've got him grappled.
Boop.
So you're gonna move him back into the bonfire?
Yep.
Are you gonna
And,
keep him? Are you gonna keep him grappled? You can't keep him grappled in the bonfire and not also take the bonfire damage yourself.
I'm also resistant to fire, so.
Oh, for a second there, I wanted to say not my fire, but
Yeah,
this
so
is-
I'm gonna go.
This is how Ned Stark's dad was killed. He got roasted alive in his own armor.
I'm going to go ahead and whack this thing.
Okay.
Going to whack it with gusto. Then I'm assuming a 13 isn't going to hit.
13 does not hit.
Second attack. That is significantly more than a 13. That's 28.
28 will
well,
hit.
that's probably worse. I'd rather you missed.
That is a 10 according to the mouse over, so that is 14 damage.
14 damage. So that was one hit on him.
Yep.
And you are keeping him grappled, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so how much fire damage does he take at the end of his turn?
At the end of his turn, he takes 4d8 fire damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's significantly more than I thought for a cantrip.
Yeah,
Cantrips
Wow.
are crazy, dude.
he's 17th level.
Cantrips are designed to be good the entire game.
Enjoy that 24 fire damage, Hoss.
Make that 12.
12.
And I will. Thank you.
Hey, man. That's good.
All right, Mahogany, you're up.
Because you're going to be taking a lot of it. I'm going to... fuck it. I'll just use Shapeshift again. Except so I want to completely body block this guy. So I don't want to hear any, this knight steps past you. Into, Oh, wait. It's been a while since I've done Animentals.
Yes, it has.
Let's go with an Earth Animental, Giant Scorpion.
Giant Scorpion?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and give you... use the Giant Scorpion stat block. What's its speed?
40.
40? Take a 50-foot burrowing speed.
Nice.
Which isn't going to help you in this marble room, but...
Nope.
And your goal is just to make, this thing, you don't want it to move through you. You're just trying to block the entire...
Yeah, but now that I'm a scorpion, I can actually attack it.
Okay.
So I'm going to do so. That's, that first one's probably not going to hit. 15?
15 does not hit.
Alright, let's go for this last one then. How about a 17?
17 does not hit.
It's too high. Oh well. Body blocked he is.
So you just try stabbing at him with your scorpion tail. And you
Yeah,
just
can you
ricochet off
size
his
me
arm.
up a bit? The only reason I ask is because now if the Dork Knight tries to move past me, he will be leaving my threat range, and I have Sentinel.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave him there.
Okay.
Right. Oh, actually, you see a large stinger appear on the wall. Riot, you're up.
Alright, Riot grabs this axe, and I'm going to try and put it in the Nerd Knight's empty hands.
So you're gonna try to give it to him?
Yeah.
Oh, the wrong one.
The wrong one.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like it too.
I'm going to try and put it in his hands.
You'll only have room to do this if Mahogany moves out of the way. Because Mahogany.
Yeah, I'll move out of the way for this because this is cool.
Okay. So which way are you moving out of the way? Oh.
I'm gonna move in front of this guy instead.
Okay.
So you try to put this thing into its hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really
this
like
plan.
the silence as Brick tries to figure out what this means.
Oh, I know what it means.
Uh-huh.
I need Riot and Mahogany and
Yeah.
Liberation to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, if only I was comprised entirely of Earth.
If only. Oh, you know, that's a good
Does
point. You can use, because I'm sure giant scorpions don't have a great con score. Go ahead and
Yeah.
use the con score of an earth elemental instead.
You got it. That's a 22.
Looking for a 17.
That passes
So-
for me.
Not an 8, then.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
How'd you do, Liberation?
24.
24, so you pass. Okay.
Staking my claim in this high quality plan.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the full damage. If you passed the save, you can cut it in half. 24 points of necrotic damage.
Oof.
18 points of radiant damage.
Oof.
Okay.
As Riot, you hoist this axe up, get it inside the gauntlets of this armor, and you watch as the banding on the armor starts to crinkle. And it makes weird metallic sounds. It starts to come apart. And then after a second, there's just this massive explosion in the alcove, blowing you backwards 20 feet. So go ahead and apply the damage. move
did.
you back 20 feet. You are laying prone on the ground. The other two, you catch the brunt of this explosion from around the corners. You take the half damage, but you're not laying prone. All that's left in the alcove now is just scrap metal.
Riot laughs and shouts out, Nath, do the other one! Do the other one!
Nath, it's super rad!
And on the wall, you see this massive explosion painted. That looks like kind of it fits together like a yin-yang of white and black paint. And now it's a lair action. So,
And now the
there
amazing
are
thing
3
happens.
people in the room.
I'm gonna be honest, the stinger on the wall kind of makes me want to insult it just to see if concepts. Like, you sick burned this guy! A frowny face appears on the wall.
Riot, I have an 18 against you.
That does.
That does hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, d6s.
I got a lot of HP, so I'm good.
Nothing wrong, you don't.
Perhaps you might say
Yeah.
more than maximum.
Yeah.
7 points of piercing damage as you hear a twang as this arrow fires out of the wall. Catches you in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
Liberation.
Hey,
I have... You're dodging?
yeah.
Are you actually, or you just decide right now?
No, I wasn't. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
I got a 21 to hit you.
Yep, that hits.
As this fist on the wall comes flying out, rings your bell for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And liberation again, I've got a 15.
That misses.
That misses. As this stinger comes lashing out of the wall, the scorpion stinger, and you quickly sidestep it. And then I need a dexterity saving throw from all 3 of you.
Oh, that's not my jam.
Riot, make this at disadvantage because you're prone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Does evasion count into this?
Yes, because you can see it.
Yay!
Actually,
that
belay
is-
that. No, prone does not cause you to make dex saves at disadvantage.
Okay.
You can roll real
Fine.
good.
All right. In that case, it is a 24.
Also 24.
24.
12!
Oh, Mahogany, you failed.
I never fail.
Okay,
You can just succeed in interesting ways.
I'm again going to give you just the full damage. If you pass the save, it's a 17. You can cut this in half. So, 22 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
13 points of radiant damage. As this explosion this time erupts from the wall. Feels pretty similar to the one that you just experienced. In Mahogany, you're blown backwards 20 feet and knocked prone.
I was gonna say I'm back in real HP territory, but that's still actually not true because I'm a giant scorpion.
Go ahead and move yourself against the wall there, though, Slick.
Yeah, you got it.
Good
Hoss.
news is right now there's no paintings on the wall. You got that going for you. That's going to bring us to Mr. Nightboy here.
Who's going to be taking some bonfire damage, yeah?
No, because he's going to step out of the bonfire. Oh, no,
Well, I
got
still
him.
fill up this room, even attached
he's
to
I
still
still got him
grappled.
grappled.
Yeah, you do. You pass all those saves. You didn't have to let go of them. Okay.
Hey, Brick.
Yes.
I'm large. Am I still in this square? Because I'm blown back against the wall, but like this is as far as I can get blown back.
I mean, a large creature is still will fit in a 5-foot square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when does he take his bonfire damage?
At the end of his turn.
Ah, okay.
Bonfire.
He'll
How big
get
of an
caught up in
explosion is
the...
this? 20 feet? So I need Liberation, Mahogany, and Riot to make a dexterity saving throw. This time the
Oh,
DC
come on,
is
rude.
18.